Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel Emotional Fitness. Namaste. Thank you everyone for all the support you are extending towards me. Today in this video I am going to tell you about autoimmune diseases and how bachflower remedies can help us. Now let's see what is autoimmune diseases. Autoimmune diseases are the ailments in which the cells of our organism, instead of protecting our internal organs from external and internal foreign substances, they actually harming us. So instead of doing the job of protecting the organism, they actually killing it. The different types of autoimmune diseases are rheumatoid arthritis, psoriasis, lupus, etc. Now let's see why this happens. Sometimes we may be rejected by our own near and dear ones, and this makes us to feel that we are not good enough and we are not up to the expectations of others, and so we start rejecting our own self. The autoimmune diseases is because of the anger which is suppressed for long time and which we are not able to let it out. The inner satisfaction and happiness lies within us. The long suppressed anger is like the tip of the iceberg. Our own cells start attacking us. When we are rejected by our own people, then it becomes a painful memory and there is an imbalance in the heart energy center. This is recorded there. If there is a trauma, then that is also stored in the heart energy center. Each time when we are rejected, it becomes a painful memory and it is stored in the heart center. When people tell us that we are not good and what we are doing is not correct, and they start criticizing us, then we get angry and we show this anger on our own self. We are not able to reach the expectations of others. When we are punished or criticized, or when we make a mistake, we start rejecting ourselves. Some people become very stressful because of the external influences, but some are not affected by it. For example, during the examination times, some students become very stressful and while the others are not so. They take it very lightly. They do not have so much of stress carried on them. All our negative emotional reactions come from the experiences and memories stored in the heart center. We should not reject ourselves, but we should be able to accept ourselves. Nothing is bad. All the emotions are good, and the only one which we have suppressed has a very devastating effect and takes away the huge amount of energy. By accepting ourselves, we are actually integrating those parts of suppressed energies which does not work against us but for us. And it makes us to live our life to its full potentials. Accepting ourselves, we feel that we are perfect and worthy, and we start living a life of happiness and peaceful within ourselves. Now let's see the emotions which affect us. When we are rejected, it becomes a painful memory. It forms like an iceberg and we can only see the tip of the iceberg, but there is lot underneath. On the top, we feel jealousy, intolerance and resentment. When we are rejected by others, we start to do service to others. We feel we are guilty and unclean, and so we become very strict with ourselves. We develop fear and we get terrorized by looking at the persons, and we are easily influenced by the surroundings and we go into depression. Now let's see how bachflower remedies can help us in such situations. When we neglect our own needs and start doing others' work, then the bachflower remedy century would help us. If we feel that we are not clean and start cleaning ourselves, then the Bach flower remedy, crabapple, would help us to stop becoming auto-destructive. The Bach flower remedy, rock water, would help us not to become strict and rigid with ourselves. The Bach flower remedy, pine, would help us not to feel guilty. The Bach flower remedy, mimulus, would help us to come out of the fear of punishment. The remedy, rock rose, would help us not to feel terrorized. We start suppressing our own needs and this leads to depression. The remedy, mustard, would help us to come out of depression. The remedy, walnut, would help us not to be influenced by our external surroundings. When we are rejected, we start feeling that everybody is doing something against us, and so we lose trust on others. The Bach flower remedy, holy, would help us in such situations. The passive anger and bitterness which we are holding will start eating us. The Bach flower remedy, willow, would help us in such situations. If we do not accept ourselves, we will not be able to accept others. The Bach flower remedy, beech, will help us to accept ourselves. These are some of the remedies which are helpful in such situations, but each individual is unique, and so a tailor-made mix is made and given. If you all like this video, like, share, comment, and if you are watching this video for the first time, subscribe to my channel Emotional Fitness and click the bell icon for further notifications. Thank you.